Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing great, doing fine, doing fantastic this morning. And how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing good, doing fine. I hope you guys healthy for this study sessions. Okay, before we start our lesson or study today, should take a pray first. So, kita berdoa dulu ya sebelum memulai pelajaran pada hari ini, pada pagi yang cerah ini. Oke, pray begins. Alright, pray finished. Okay, before we start, I want to attendance for this class. Okay, first, Andi Nugroho.
Present, sir.
Alright, I hope you're doing great, Andy. Second is Woody.
Present, sir.
Alright, Woody, I hope you're doing great too. I hope you had a dinner with your family last night. Okay, I saw your status by the way. Okay, thank you, Woody. And the next is Cynthia.
I'm here, sir.
Okay, present. And fourth, Bambang Adi Saputra.
Present, sir.
Okay, thank you, Bambang. And the next is Dwi. Dwi present today?
She's not
Oh,
present, sir,
She's not present today. She's not attend this morning. Why?
because she is sick, sir.
Okay. Okay. And that's all for the attendance today. And in these sessions, I would like to ask some of you guys questions for previous class. First thing is conditional sentence. Is you still remember about the previous class about this conditional sentence? Ayo, ada yang masih ingat gak nih conditional sentence itu apa? Bisa dijelasin mungkin? Okay, baik. Okay, so conditional sentence is are used to express possible or imaginary situation and their consequences. Jadi conditional sentence ini digunakan untuk mengekspresikan kemungkinan atau yang probabilitasnya, yang situasi yang ini yang kemungkinan akan terjadi atau yang masih belum terjadi, mempertimbangkan dengan konsekuensinya. Jadi ada 4 tipe ya conditionals. There are 4 types of conditional sentence, and the first is the zero conditional, second is first conditional, third is second conditional, and the third is third conditional, mixed conditional. Okay, who wants to give an example of each sentence? Siapa yang mau berikan contoh nih? Nah, anak yang mau memberikan contoh bisa raise your hands, angkat tangannya. Okay, Woody.
So, zero conditional is to express the truths or scientific facts, sir.
Okay, that's great. That's really great questions. The answer. Okay, I want to explain more about the zero conditional. So, zero conditional is about express of general truths, or the simple ways is general facts. So, express a general facts that are scientific facts. That's great, Woody. The example, like if you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. So it's obviously a fact that if we boil the water with 100 degrees Celsius, of course it will boil. Okay, that's great answer for Woody. Okay, the second example wants to give the second example of the first conditional sentence. Cynthia, you want to give an example? Okay, you may.
If it rains tomorrow, we will stay home.
Alright, that's a pretty good answer from Cynthia. So first conditional is describes real and possible future situations, right? Okay, and the example you give is if it rains tomorrow, we will stay home. That's good. I want to explain more about the real examples. Okay, if it rains tomorrow, we will stay home. So if it rains tomorrow, tomorrow is the future, is about the possibility of the future conditions. If it rains tomorrow, I will bring an umbrella. Jadi jika besok hujan, maka saya akan membawa payung, gitu teman-teman. Itu nah, jadi udah paham ya. Mengikuti menjelaskan dengan second conditional is talks about the unreal or hypothetically situation in the present or in the future. For the example, simple example is if I were rich, I will travel the world. Okay, so if I'm rich, I will travel the world. Jadi jika saya kaya, maka aku akan mengelilingi dunia. Begitu. Jadi masih ada tidak nyata ya, kondisi yang tidak nyata atau hypothetical situation. Do you get it? Okay. Next, let's move to the third conditional. So third conditional is refers to the past situations that didn't happen or used to express a regret or imagine outcomes. Okay. For the simple example is if she had studied, she would have passed the test. I repeat, if she had studied, she would have passed the test. Jadi jika dia sebelumnya belajar, maka dia akan lulus tes. Gitu. Jadi lebih mengekspresikan kejadian-kejadian masa lalu yang tidak benar-benar terjadi. Okay. That's all for the resume for the previous class. Good job for all those who raise your hands. I appreciate you guys, and we will now study for our today class, which is about reduced class. Alright, now we will study a lesson about the material today class is reduced class. Who is exciting for this class? Okay, I will now show you the presentations of my presentation, right? And this is my presentation. Alright, now this is reduced class. Okay, reduced class. Ada yang tahu nggak nih reduced class itu apa? Diartikan dalam bahasa Indonesia dulu. Gimana? Oke, jadi reduce itu kita ketahui adalah mengurangkan atau mengurangi ya. Reduce means mengurangi in bahasa. So reduced class is before I'll explain, ada yang tahu di sini the meanings of reduced class? Can you raise your hands? Just based on your knowledge about reduced class. Okay, so I want to explain the reduced class is. Okay, so reduced clause is the reduction of a clause to a phrase without changing the meaning. So, klausa reduksi itu mengurangi klausa menjadi frasa tanpa mengubah maknanya. Jadi without changing the meaning. For the simple examples, there's a show. Okay, the boy who sits on the bench is my friend. With the boy sitting on the bench is my friend. I repeat, the boy who sits on the bench is my friend. The boy sitting on the bench is my friend. Artinya, anak laki-laki yang duduk di bangku adalah temanku. With anak laki-laki yang duduk di bangku adalah temanku. Jadi di sini ada pengurangi ya. The underlined word who sits is reduced. and become only the boy sitting on the bench is my friend. Okay, do you get it, guys? About the main example. Okay, to more understand, we move to the next slide. Okay, types of reduced clauses. Jadi ada beberapa tipe dalam reduced clause atau reduksi clauses. There are two types of reduced clause. So reduced clause have two types. Ada dua tipe ya. Yang pertama ada reduced adjective clause. Apa sih reduced adjective clause itu? Jadi reduced adjective clause begins with either present participle or past participle. If it's made from an active verb, then it starts with a present participle. But if it's made from passive verb, it begins with past participle. Jadi reduced adjective ini dimulai antara menggunakan present participle atau past participle. Okay, for the understood about the adjective clause, reduced adjective clause, I'll show you the example. Okay, and we also must know that reduced adjective clauses in the reduced form, the connector like who, which, that, is omitted along with the be verb is or was. Jadi dalam bentuk form reduksi, penghubung seperti who, which, or that itu dihilangkan apabila bersandingan dengan be verb seperti be verb is or was. Okay, do you get it? Okay. If there is no be verb, it is still possible to have reduced form. When there is no be verb in the adjective clause, the connector is omitted and the verb is changed into the ing form. Oke, jadi konektor ini, kata penghubungnya ini dihilangkan dan verbnya itu diubah menjadi kata kerja continuous or ing form. Okay, so this is the example. Okay, the next types is reduced adverbial clause. So apa sih reduced adverbial clause itu? Kadang-kadang ada yang tahu? Oke, dapat dilihat di sini bahwa a reduced adverbial clause is a shortened form of an adverbial clause, typically created by omitting the subject in the form of be, or sometimes just the subject and changing the verb. Reduced adverbial clause itu bentuk singkat atau bentuk pendeknya dari adverbial clause. Jadi tipikalnya ini dibuat dengan cara menghilangkan subjek dan form of be. Okay, this reduction is possible when the subject and adverbial clause is the same as the subject of the main clause. So the goal of reducing these clauses is to make sentence more concise and efficient, especially in formal writing. Jadi pengurangan ini memungkinkan ketika subject dari adverbial clause ini sama aja dengan subjek seperti klausa utama atau klausa intinya. Jadi tujuan dari mengurangi klausa ini itu untuk membuat kalimat lebih nyatu, lebih jelas dan lebih efisien ya kan. Jadi teruntuk dalam penulisan formal seperti penulisan esai, penulisan skripsi. Mungkin nanti kalian kuliah akan skripsi, jadi ini penting ya untuk dipelajari, dan juga seperti penulisan teks-teks lainnya seperti teks formal pada umumnya. Okay, we will move to the next slide. Okay, this is the example of reduced adjective clauses. Okay, example number one. We use this present participle. Apa namanya present participle yang tahu?
Masa sekarang?
Ya, jadi masa sekarang. Masa sekarang, participle sekarang ya yang kita alami sekarang. I saw a man who was carrying an umbrella. Artinya aku melihat laki-laki yang sedang membawa payung. Aku melihat laki-laki yang sedang membawa payung. Dikurangi atau reduce to I saw man carrying an umbrella. You see the difference? Yeah. The form of present participle, I saw a man who was, so reduced to I saw a man carrying. So it's the same meaning, but we reduce the who participle. So there's no who. And become I saw a man carrying an umbrella. It's still the same meaning, but it changed the sentence form. Okay. The example number 2. Past participle example. The books which were published that year are expansive. Jadi ini past participle ini untuk masa lalu ya, contoh dari masa lalu. Berarti the books which were published that year are expensive. Buku-buku yang dimana dipublish pada tahun tersebut adalah buku yang mahal. Reduced into the books published that year are expensive. Okay. Ada yang tahu apa yang kata yang dikurangi pada kalimat ini?
Is it? Which were, sir?
That's right. The reduced form is we omitted the which were. Okay. Do you get it, guys? I hope you understand all. And I will move to the next slide. Okay. Example of reduced adverbial clause there are 4 types. The first is time clauses or the ing verb. Example: before they start the meeting, they review the agenda. Into the reduced form is before starting the meeting, they review the agenda. The form is changing, but the meaning is still the same. You guys must remember that. Okay. And the second one is the reasons of clauses. Clause clauses is often being or having plus past participle. This is the formula. Often formula we use this for the past participle. So for the full sentence example is since she had always been interested in sports, she joined the team. And we reduce having always been interested in sport, she joined the team. Okay, do you guys know what the reducing in this adverbial clauses? Who wants to answer? Okay. Budi, you raise your hands, and in this, what your answer?
The answer is since she had.
Okay, you're right, Budi. Congrats, you right answer. So Budi said that the omitted adverbial clauses is by omitted the she had changed into having. Okay. That's correct. Since she had always been interested in sport, she joined the team. Reduced into having always been interested in sport, she joined the team. Okay, great answer, Budi. Okay, the third. We move to the third. Concessions clauses. Basically, often with ing or past participle. So this is the example for the full sentence. Though he works long hours, he always makes time for his family. Reduce into though working long hours,
he always makes time for his family. It's the same as the previous ones. We only omitted the subject in these adverbial clauses. Like we see here, though he works, change into though working long hours. Okay, so it's not causing and repetitive words. Okay, move into the next is about condition clauses. This is a less common and often implies an if. If the example, if you are treated fairly, you will stay. Reduce into if treated fairly, you will stay. You saw the difference, right? We reduce the adverbial. If you are treated fairly, you will stay. If treated fairly, you will stay. We reduce the word you in the full sentence, so it not become repetitive or ya tidak mengulangi kata-kata ya, supaya lebih efektif dan lebih flow, natural flow when we read the full sentence. Okay. Sampai sini apakah ada yang mau ditanya? Apakah masih ada yang bingung? Boleh saja ditanyakan mengenai tipe-tipe reduced clause. Okay, no one's. Okay, I'll move to the next slide. Okay, maybe one of you wants to ask about why is it important? The importance of reduced clause. What? So here's why reduced clause are important. First is conciseness. See, conciseness. Jadi conciseness itu membuat cara kita membaca atau menulis itu lebih tidak boros ya, hampir sama dengan efektif. Jadi ketika kita sedang writing itu membuat kata-kata dalam sentence itu lebih rapi dan lebih tidak boros kata-katanya. Yang kedua itu clarity. Of course we know clarity is about kejelasan ya. Jadi kita bisa menyampaikan tujuan dan kejelasan pada teks yang kita buat, lebih meningkatkan kejelasan dan ketika kita membuat teks. Okay, then lastly, why is it important is to become natural flow, or we can say if we make a text and we saw redundant words or kata yang berulang-ulang, itu kan membuat kita membuat kita lebih membacanya itu lebih kurang serak aja gitu. Do you get it? Okay. Jadi lebih natural flow-nya ketika kita membuat teks, ketika kita juga membaca teks yang kita buat ini. Itu, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Why is it important, this reduced clause material? Okay. Is it any questions about this material, reduced clause? Just if you want to ask a question, just raise your hands. Don't be afraid. I'm not bad. Okay, I'm not bad, you guys. I'm just trying to be good teacher. I'm not Bapak nggak menyalahkan kalau pertanyaannya itu salah atau jawabannya itu salah. Oke, siapa yang mau bertanya boleh di raise hand ya. Ya, Dek. Okay. So if there's no questions, I want to give a conclusion about today's class about reduced clause. Alright. Who wants to give a conclusion of today's class sessions about reduced clause? Okay, you may raise your hands. Oh, Cynthia wants to give the conclusions. Okay, you may, Cynthia.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the opportunity. I would like to show you the conclusion of this class, our class today. So, that I got, a reduced clause is a shortened form of an adjective or adverbial clause used to make sentence more concise and fluent without
Wow, it's a
changing their
great
meanings.
conclusion from Cynthia. Give applause to Cynthia, guys, for answering the conclusion for today's class. That's right. Uh, that's right, Cynthia. The conclusion is reduced clause is a shortened form of an adjective or the adverbial clause used to make sentence more concise and fluent without changing their meaning. So there are two main types: reduced adjective clause and reduced adverbial clause. So using reduced clause improves sentence flow and making writing more elegant and effective, especially in formal and academic context. That's correct. Give applause to Cynthia. Okay, I think that's all for our class today. I hope you guys understand about today's material, and don't forget, next week we're gonna practicing by doing some practice or lesson assignments about today class, which is reduce clause. Okay, and also I want to give you a motivation about you guys. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop. Confucius. So you must keep up your learn. Don't doubt yourself, and keep up your work. Don't be afraid. Don't be a coward. Just go as long as you don't not stop. Jadi maksud saya di sini itu nggak peduli kalau kamu belajarnya selambat, selama berkembang, tetapi selama kamu nggak berhenti ya kamu tetap maju ke depan, fokus pada tujuan, fokus pada cita-cita, dan jangan terus berhenti. Mungkin that's all for our today class. I will close this class. Thank you for the attention, guys. I'll see you on the next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you guys on the next week. Goodbye.
Baik, sekian itu saja video dari saya. Kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Semoga video ini dapat memenuhi nilai dari ujian akhir semester mata kuliah wawasan pendidikan. Dan terima kasih atas segala perhatiannya, yang sudah aktif, yang sudah nonton sampai habis. Jangan lupa untuk memberikan like, komen di bawah, subscribe, dan juga nyalakan notifnya. Mungkin sekian itu saja. Kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.